PuppyGraph, you can query Google Lakehouse tables directly as a graph, giving both human analysts and AI agents rich context at petabyte scale. Google Lakehouse, formerly known as Google Big Lake, helps organizations analyze data across their Google Cloud. Combined with PuppyGraph's distributed graph query engine, it enables complex multi-hop queries with sub-second performance. In this demo, we'll walk through how to connect PuppyGraph directly to your Google Cloud Lakehouse tables. You can use your existing tables or follow the Google documentation to create new ones and try the integration for yourself. To authenticate, PuppyGraph supports both end-user credentials and credential vending. Today, we're working with a self-contained dataset that models network infrastructure, including network security configurations, users, and assets, along with edges that represent relationships such as which users can access which internet gateways. As you can see in the console, we've already populated the tables with dummy data. You can also see the metadata that allows for performant data analytics on your Lakehouse tables. From there, I'll head over to my PuppyGraph instance that's already up and running on localhost 8081. Getting started involves connecting to your data source and defining your graph. You can either upload a schema.json file that includes both catalog connectivity details and the graph mapping, or use the PuppyGraph UI tool. I'll go ahead and click Connect Data Source. We're connecting to the Google Lakehouse runtime catalog via the Iceberg REST API, so we can select the catalog type as Apache Iceberg and name our catalog Big Lake Test. Our metastore type is Google Lakehouse REST, and we can fill out the necessary credentials like endpoint URL, warehouse, GCP user project, and get the storage type from the metastore itself. We can now create the PuppyGraph catalog connection. Under the catalog panel, you can see all of PuppyGraph's existing catalog connections. As a federated query layer, PuppyGraph can connect to multiple sources simultaneously, providing a unified graph view even if data lives across sources. I'll go ahead and upload a schema.json file with most of the graph mappings, like users and roles that allow access to resources, but the graph is still missing the public IP node. To add a node, we can select the desired table from the catalog, the public IP table, and configure the node label, as well as decide which columns act as the ID and which columns are attributes of the node. The same tables can also be modeled as edges if they contain the necessary from and to IDs. When adding nodes and edges, we have the option to replicate data to a local PuppyGraph table for better performance with customizable read behaviors. Switching to local tables only after load completes, always reading from local tables, and always reading from external tables. And here's how the updated graph looks. With the nodes mapped out, we can leverage PuppyGraph's inbuilt AI agent to talk to our graph in natural language. The schema we defined earlier not only provides the agent with context for accurate query generation, it also ensures ontology-enforced graph querying, with every query validated against the graph schema before execution. If I ask to find all private IPs whose network interfaces are also exposed via a public IP, the agent is able to realize that I forgot to map the private IP node and update the schema in real time with human in the loop. This supports the iterative discovery of relationships within the data while ensuring business logic is correctly encoded into the schema. With the right graph structure in place, the agent is able to retrieve data in context via graph queries that ground the AI response in facts from the data. PuppyGraph is also able to generate structured LLM-readable errors that allow agents to do self-correction or act as a reward system for reinforcement learning. For more information on how you can get started with Google Cloud Lakehouse and PuppyGraph, visit www.puppygraph.com.